Alright, so first question, explain the process of pre-production. I said the process of pre-production would be planning some of the elements that you plan to incorporate into your film performance. Basically, making a list of like the scenes you would like to do or film so that you don't get off track. You could also create storyboards or just basically brainstorming and then deciding what you're going to use to film, where you're going to film, each scene you're going to film, just kind of plan everything out. Why is pre production needed? I said it is always good to get brainstorming on your project ahead of time. This door just opened by itself. It's always good to get brainstorming on your project ahead of time. This allows you to know what creative direction you plan on going in, so when it comes to filming, you can easily know what your plan is and execute it. I think pre-production is important just because, as I previously said, like getting off track or start filming and then decide like you want to go a different route, like you need to like stick to your main plan, because if you're gonna present this idea to a group of important like professionals, you need to stick with that plan instead of coming like deciding something's better in the middle of filming. How does pre-production relate to the other stages of production? You use these ideas and concepts from pre-production to create your idea during the actual production process. Example, the storyboard you make during pre-production could help to inspire you while you're filming and help you stay on track. Explain the production process. Give an example from a class project. So in my opinion, the production process would actually be going out and filming your scenes. And then I feel like after you do all these things, you get everything together, you should go back over your pre-production items and make sure you got everything you needed. I also think it's important to film a bunch of different scenes just in case you don't like one, so you could use the other one. Take multiple days to do this so that, say, the weather, like say you're doing outside, like I am for my project, I did a couple days when it was cloudy, a couple days when it was rainy, and days when it was sunny, just to incorporate all the different aspects of like my project specifically. But I just think it's important to do all these different elements to filming. And then after that, I think it would be starting to arrange the clips, going through and picking which clips you'd want to use, and then creating the input and outputs to arrange the clips how you would like them. Choosing from your B-roll. For an example of class that I used during the first semester in integrated media, we did a project on a circus interview, and then we had to go through a ton of B-roll and pick what clips we'd want to insert for like into the interview. And by doing this, we used like a time script, and we'd copy and paste the inputs and outputs, and that's how we basically started our project. So I'd say the production process would be filming your project and then going through and beginning to edit. And then that leads us to our next question. Explain the process of post-production. Give examples from previous projects. So I think production and post-production relate because, like I said, post-production is mostly all the editing, but I think production also includes some editing, but not a lot. So I think production is going through and picking your clips from the multiple ones that you should have taken while filming. And then post-production is like firmly editing these, like once you get all your clips arranged and the B-roll arranged, you go through and you trim what you don't want from the B-roll, and just like ultimately wrap up your project, like put finishing touches on it, music, editing, like if you wanted to edit the quality or whatever. So what I said was cutting what you think needs to be cut and working on finishing touches. and then we have to explain an example. So in the circus project, I said we cut extra film out of the B-roll clips to make sure it would meet the requirement for time. And then after we did all that, we just watching our finishing project and making sure that it met our standards and the project standards, because all the B-roll we chose was us, like it's what we thought fit into it. So I went through and made sure the clips I thought worked with the interview and what he was saying. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's pretty simple.